Nothing in this recording is intended as investment advice, and the people in this recording may hold positions in the companies they talk about. Do not make any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Hello and welcome to Zak's Traders Cafe. Today I'm joined by Robert Mosig, who's Technical Director at Alien Metals. Hi today, Robert.
Hi there, Zach. Thanks for having me on your show.
The last we heard from Alien was last with news about an independent review at Pinderi Hills. Maybe you can tell us about that, given you're the Technical Director.
Exactly. Yeah, look, the best way to explain this in terms of the review is Alien's blessed with two brownfields projects. One is iron ore, and that's in the Pilbara area, and we're working day and night to get this one into development. It's in the world-class Pilbara iron ore country. The second project is the Pinderi Hills area, also in the Pilbara, and probably just a couple of 100 kilometres away, 150, 160 kilometres away from the iron ore project. Pinderi is an amazing 180 square kilometres piece of ground that hosts a platinum group metals resource done in 2002, 24 million tonnes at just under 3 grams per tonne of platinum group metals and gold. Right next by to it, right by it, at less than 1.5 kilometres away, is a historic silver mine. This silver mine produced over the 2 years that it ran some 1.1 million ounces of silver, and it basically has been high graded, but I'll talk more about that later. So we're getting the picture that Pinderi has platinum, it has a repository of silver, fantastic pegmatites peppered around the 180 square kilometres with super lithium potential. And notwithstanding that, there's in the ultramafic section of money, super opportunities for nickel and copper occurrences. So it's here that we arranged for an independent review conducted by a highly experienced geoscientist, Dr. Jason Myers. And this review has covered the importance of all these particular ingredients. So it's a very, very interesting square of 180 square kilometres.
And I mean, probably people are familiar with your company, have heard about Elizabeth Hill, they've heard about Money. Is Pinderi your next big thing?
Pinderi is the generic name, if you like, for the area that hosts Money and Elizabeth Hill. So in fact, Pinderi contains those two projects. So that's how it fits out. So we've got Pinderi Hills and we've got the iron ore.
And presumably you're so serious and you feel that there is so much there in this Pinderi, under this Pinderi basket, that you've got this independent review looking at it to see exactly what you've got. That's
correct. For instance, in Pinderi, I mentioned Money. That's around a 200 overall, with the granites included, around 200 square kilometres, 5 kilometres of thickness, and of the order of 2 of those 5 kilometres made up of ultramafic rocks, which are the classic rocks for fertile for nickel, copper, platinum group metals, and indeed gold. So it's a giant intrusion, absolutely giant intrusion. And as I mentioned, the Elizabeth Hill silver deposit, just 1.5 kilometres away, it's a silver vein that has had some 1.1 million ounces of silver mined in 2 years. But indeed, it was mined at a time when silver was $5 an ounce. Nowadays, as you're probably aware, silver is 6 times that, a little bit more. And in those days, they mined the deposit for specimen silver nuggets because that gave a higher price rather than processed silver ingots. So that's how they survived. But what they didn't do was look at the bigger picture of what size the resource is. So this is where coming back to the review, this is what we've been focusing our attention on.
And so once the review's been done, what will the rest of the year or following that look like?
Wow. Well, as you can imagine, the two localities, the Money and Elizabeth Hill, will be assessed by some geochemical evaluation, some surface sampling. That's a prerequisite and a prelude to some much deeper drilling and much required drilling on both of the areas to outline mineralisation, and then following that, we would do a closer space drilling to define, if as we go, a resource, an estimate for the resource. So at those two localities at Pinderi, we go focused on doing that work over the next 6 to 12 months. One of the things that's going to help us a little bit is, I mentioned that we have quite a good lithium potential. We've joint ventured that out. Obviously, we can't do all the work in this locality, so we've joint ventured that out to another company, Errawara Resources, who are currently, right now, taking samples from a lot of localities that may indeed help us, and we're entitled to all the analyses, and that anything platinum, anything nickel, copper or silver will be of great value to us and fundamentally free.
And presumably the value there will be much more than the £13 million market cap that you have at the moment.
Correct. And that's one of the most important things is, as you well know, and as shareholders know, it's creating shareholder wealth. There's no doubt that Alien, as I mentioned earlier, has two very super projects, and we need to address how we develop these ones up in the future. But I am very confident that in most of my 40 years in the industry, I'm comfortable that I definitely want to keep working on the Pinderi Hills to develop up a significant resource, either in silver and or platinum.
Just finally, I've only had 35 years in my industry, but I'm feeling the pain. But I think the last couple of years have been quite tough for explorers of all shapes and sizes. Do you think that with your 40-year view, you can see that the market's now becoming rather more favourable towards explorers than it was maybe a year or so ago?
I think there's a couple of things, Zach. Governments are becoming more happy to open their purse strings for helping juniors to explore for critical minerals and various types of deposits. So I think that's a bit of a boost. I mentioned to another group earlier this afternoon, Perth time, that even though it's tough times out there, if you've got a robust project, you will get the money. And I know that in West Australia, even though it's tough for a lot of juniors, money is available for the right projects.
On that bright note, Robert Mosig, Technical Director at Alien Metals, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks indeed, Zach. Thank you very much.